There are moments in life when the world feels like it's collapsing on you. Nights when you lie awake, staring at the ceiling, questioning your choices, questioning your worth, questioning whether tomorrow will even be better. Those are the dark nights, the ones that break most people. But here's the truth. Those nights are not meant to destroy you. They are meant to reveal the strength you never knew you had. In the daylight, when things are going well, it's easy to believe you're strong. But real strength isn't proven when the sun is shining. It's revealed when everything around you feels like it's falling apart. Darkness strips away the comfort, the distractions, the false confidence. It leaves you with only yourself, your fears, and your willpower. And in that silence, in that loneliness, you discover just how powerful you really are. When you are forced to fight battles no one sees, you build resilience that no one can take away. You begin to realize that your scars are not signs of weakness, but proof of survival. That's why darkness is such a teacher. It puts you face to face with your pain and whispers, "Now show me what you're made of." Think about it. The most inspiring stories in history didn't come from people who lived easy lives. They came from people who endured the darkest of nights and refused to let those nights define them. They found strength inside themselves that even they didn't know existed, and that strength became their foundation for greatness. Your dark nights are not punishments. They are opportunities. They challenge you to rise above fear, to dig deeper, to stand taller. When you've been through the fire of despair, when you've faced nights of hopelessness and survived, nothing can shake you afterward. You walk with a new kind of power, a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you've already faced the worst, and you're still here. So the next time you find yourself in the darkness, don't curse it. Don't see it as the end. See it as the stage where your true strength is revealed. Because once you've conquered the night, the daylight feels brighter, and the world can no longer break you the same way again. Darkness doesn't define you. It refines you. It reveals that you are stronger than the pain, braver than the fear, and tougher than the trials. And one day, you'll look back and realize, the dark night that almost broke you is the same night that made you. It's in the most painful nights that the strongest versions of us are created. When everything feels like it's crumbling, when your heart feels heavy and your mind won't stop racing, those are the moments that test you in ways nothing else can. Painful nights aren't just struggles. They are chisels shaping your character into something unshakable. You see, character isn't built when everything goes right. Character is born in disappointment, in rejection, in heartbreak, and failure. Those long nights when you're alone with your thoughts, wrestling with self-doubt, replaying mistakes, questioning your path, that's where the foundation of who you are begins to form. Pain forces you to confront the parts of yourself you might otherwise ignore. It exposes your fears, your weaknesses, your insecurities, but in doing so, it gives you the chance to rise above them. Think about steel. It doesn't become strong without heat. It has to endure fire before it can stand unbreakable. The same is true for you. Those painful nights, as unbearable as they feel, are your fire. They burn away the excuses, the illusions, the masks, until all that's left is the raw, authentic you, the one who can't be broken. And here's the truth. People admire strength, but what they really connect to is character. Your achievements might impress others, but your character inspires them. And character is born in those moments when you could have given up, but you didn't. When you could have stayed down, but you chose to get back up. When you could have let the pain define you, but instead you let it shape you. Painful nights also teach empathy. They remind you what it feels like to hurt. So when you see someone else struggling, you can connect, you can inspire, you can lead with compassion. Your character becomes a light for others still trapped in their own darkness. The truth is, you won't remember every single night of comfort you've had, but you'll never forget the nights you cried, the nights you fought with yourself, the nights you swore you couldn't go on, but did anyway. Those nights etch themselves into your soul, and they become the reason you stand tall today. So when you face a painful night, don't run from it. Let it build you. Let it carve into you a strength that nothing can shake. Because one day you'll realize the nights that hurt the most are the same nights that built the character that will carry your legacy. Struggles are not just obstacles. They are blueprints for the future. The truth is, without struggle, your vision for tomorrow stays blurry, shallow, and incomplete. It's only when you go through hardships that your perspective sharpens, your priorities shift, and your purpose becomes clearer. Struggles shape the lens through which you see the world. and that lens is what guides you toward tomorrow. When life is easy, we rarely stop to think deeply. Comfort convinces us to stay where we are, to settle, to play it safe. But when you're forced into struggle, when doors slam in your face, when plans fall apart, when nights feel endless, you start asking yourself different questions. What truly matters to me? What do I want my life to stand for? What future am I willing to fight for? Those questions don't arise in times of ease. They are born in the middle of the storm. Every person who built a legacy had to wrestle with struggle. It's struggle that made Nelson Mandela dream of freedom, that made Helen Keller value knowledge, that made inventors, artists, and leaders see beyond the present into a vision no one else could imagine. Their tomorrows weren't built in moments of ease. They were shaped by the darkest nights of their lives. Struggles force you to let go of illusions and focus on what truly drives you. They strip away the distractions, the meaningless noise, until all you can see is the future you want to create. And once you've seen that vision, no amount of pain can stop you from chasing it. That's why struggles are not setbacks, they are setups. They set you up to build a future you couldn't have imagined without them. And here's the beautiful irony. The very things that break you today can become the reason you build tomorrow. The heartbreak that shattered you can give you empathy to heal others. The failure that embarrassed you can give you wisdom to teach others. The nights that made you cry can give you the fuel to inspire millions. Struggles shape vision because they connect you to purpose. So when you face struggles, don't just ask, why me? Instead ask, what future is this struggle preparing me for? Because every challenge is carving a clearer picture of who you're meant to be. And one day you'll look back and realize the struggles that almost destroyed you were the same struggles that gave you the vision to build a tomorrow worth fighting for. Every time life knocks you down, it feels like the end. Setbacks sting. They crush your confidence, they shake your belief, they make you wonder if you'll ever rise again. But what most people don't realize is that inside every setback lies the seed of a powerful comeback. It may not feel like it in the moment, but failure and rejection are not final. They're foundations for something greater. Think about nature. A seed has to be buried in the dark soil before it can grow. It has to be pressed down, covered and hidden before it breaks through the ground into the light. The same is true for you. Setbacks bury you in doubt and difficulty, but that's not the end, it's the beginning. It's in that hidden, painful place where growth starts, where resilience forms, where your comeback is planted. History is full of comebacks. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, but that setback fueled his hunger to become the greatest. J.K. Rowling faced countless rejections before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he created, only to return years later and build it into one of the most powerful brands in the world. Each of them faced setbacks so heavy they could have quit. But instead, they used those moments as the soil in which their comeback took root. Here's the truth. Setbacks are painful because they expose what's not working. They tear away false beliefs, they humble you, they force you to look inward and ask, what can I learn? How can I rise? Without setbacks, there would be no hunger, no fire, no drive to come back stronger. The difference between those who build legacies and those who fade away isn't that they avoid setbacks, it's how they respond to them. Some people see a setback as the end, others see it as the beginning of a new chapter. The people who rise from the ashes, who turn failure into fuel, are the ones remembered. So when you face a setback, don't despair. Remind yourself that the seed has just been planted. It may take time, it may take struggle, it may take more pain, but if you nurture that seed with persistence, your comeback will come. And when it does, it won't just match what you lost, it will surpass it. Every setback is temporary. Every setback carries within it the possibility of something greater. And when you rise, your comeback will be stronger, louder, and more powerful than the fall that came before it. Transformation is rarely loud. It doesn't happen when everyone is clapping for you, when the spotlight is on you, or when the crowd is cheering your name. Real transformation happens in silence, in the lonely hours, in the sleepless nights, in the moments when nobody is watching. It's in that silence that you're broken, rebuilt, and reborn. The world often only sees the results, not the process. They see the success, the confidence, the strength, but they don't see the nights you spent questioning yourself, the sacrifices you made, the tears you shed in secret. That's because transformation doesn't announce itself. It happens quietly, like a seed sprouting underground, preparing to break through the surface. By the time people notice, the change has already taken root. Silence is powerful. It strips away the noise, the distractions, the opinions of others, leaving you face to face with yourself. And it's in that confrontation that growth begins. The nights when you feel invisible, when nobody recognizes your effort, when you wonder if your struggle is even worth it, those are the nights shaping the person you're destined to become. Think about the butterfly. Before it can fly, it must endure the cocoon, dark, silent, isolated. That transformation is not visible to the world, but it is necessary. Without the silence, there would be no wings. Without the hidden struggle, there would be no beauty. The same is true for you. Your silent battles, your hidden sacrifices, your quiet discipline, those are the very things creating your transformation. And here's the truth. Silence also protects you. It keeps you away from premature judgment, from doubters, from those who can't see your vision yet. Transformation in silence allows you to grow without interference, to strengthen your foundation before the world even knows what's coming. When your transformation is complete, people will look at you and say, "How did they do it?" They'll see the result but never fully understand the lonely nights, the private struggles, the silent growth that made it possible. And that's okay, because transformation is not about their approval. It's about your evolution. So if you're in the silent season right now, don't get discouraged. Don't mistake silence for absence or stagnation. Transformation is happening within you, even if nobody sees it yet. One day that silence will speak louder than words. One day your results will make all the noise. Until then, trust the silence, embrace the process, and let your dark night transform you. Every dark night eventually comes to an end. No matter how endless it feels, no matter how heavy the pain, the night cannot last forever. The sun always rises, and when it does, it brings light, clarity, and hope. But here's the truth. The night may end, but the lessons it gives you stay with you for a lifetime. Dark seasons of life have a way of teaching you what nothing else can. They show you who you truly are, what you're capable of, and what truly matters. When everything is stripped away, comfort, support, certainty, you're left with your raw self. And in that rawness, you discover your real strength. You learn resilience, patience, and endurance. You learn that you can survive what you once thought would destroy you. The scars you carry from those nights become permanent reminders of the battles you fought. But those scars aren't weaknesses. They are proof of survival. They are marks of strength. Proof that you endured and overcame. You may not love the pain, but you will forever value the wisdom it left behind. The beauty of dark nights is that they often shift your perspective. After going through storms, the small problems of life don't shake you anymore. You've seen worse, you've felt deeper pain, and because of that, you carry a quiet strength that no one can take away. The lessons teach you to appreciate light, to value peace, to cherish moments of joy, because you know what it feels like to live without them. These lessons also sharpen your vision. You learn to separate real from fake, important from unimportant. You realize who stood by you and who disappeared. The night clears out the noise and reveals the truth. And when the light finally comes, you step into it with a deeper wisdom, a stronger foundation, and a heart that has been forged in fire. The greatest leaders, dreamers, and legends of history all carry lessons from their darkest nights. They didn't just survive the night, they used it. They turned pain into fuel, heartbreak into hunger, rejection into resilience, and those lessons became the foundation of their legacy. So yes, your dark night will end. The pain won't last forever, but the strength, wisdom, and resilience it gives you will last a lifetime. The night ends, but the lessons stay forever. And those lessons will guide you into every battle, every challenge, and every victory that lies ahead.